The people, they will a prayer for fart miracles.
Have
It's
you-
too much. Jesus
ever
cannot
had a-
handle the fart miracle.
She's had the old bull. She wants the young buck, and she grabs him by the wiener.
Yeah. Big sticky cries come out of my penis
Oh my
mouth.
god, it man. Better not rain. If it rains, someone put a tent over my Newport.
Hot
He looks
mics,
scary,
hot
Lucas.
video, hotter pussies.
Only on us. Now it's real.
This is the real thing?
Now it's real. Now it's real.
What is this irresistible creature that has an insatiable love for the dads? Living dad girl.
Ugh, I don't like that.
I love that remix. That remix isn't pop. We submitted that one for Rob Zombie's latest remix album, but he wouldn't take it.
He's too caught up on
He's
skateboarders.
He's too caught up on kicking
Behind his
skateboarders out of from behind his house, being old man zombie now.
Dad zombie.
Old dad zombie. Yeah, expect some big pauses while we sip these full glasses of Jameson filled with a splash of ginger ale.
Hey, folks. Guess what? We're back.
We're here.
Shit. I sound stupid. And
We sound stupid and shitty. Can I get a little more on the headphones? Can I get a little more on the mic? Hot mic, hotter mics, and hotter pussies. So hot you hack it
It's
up.
very loud
A
now.
real, yeah, that's so loud. I'm sounding real throaty when I'm talking about the hot things we're going to do on this episode.
Hey, guys. It's episode 159.
You know what that means. It doesn't mean anything. We just love you guys.
It means we're for the second time in the history of the podcast not recording from the dungeon.
Yes.
We're recording from my house. The dungeon is being fumigated.
Check the
like
video.
it does yearly.
Well,
farts.
well, the new dungeon. We filled it up with farts so
Yeah.
fast.
The new
thing
dungeon is slightly smaller than the old dungeon. The farts are the same rate.
See,
so.
the thing is, we had so many farts built up to release into the dungeon. Because believe it or not, this is a little known brand secret. We have dungeon only farts that we can let out. Because these are farts you can't even
the
let
real
out at home.
disgusting ones that you can't let anyone you know.
I mean, it's kind of like how you know when you're walking by the teacher's lounge in school and like they're just smoking cigarettes in there, because you can walk by and you can smell the cigarettes kind of wafting out, Yeah. Same thing, except you walk by the new dungeon and really sail by the island where the new dungeon is, and you can just smell the farts coming off of the island.
Yeah, you walk on water if you're Jesus.
Yeah, you walk on.
He stopped showing up pretty quickly.
Yeah, he was like, "There's
he
too
had
many
some notes. He was like the new
top of
new
the
dungeon.
Top note fart smell, unbearable is what he said.
Yeah, which makes sense.
But I mean, it's like
it's
I
not
feel.
for you, Jesus. It's for us.
Now, here's my question. If Jesus could perform miracles, why couldn't he just make the dungeon not smell like farts? Or did Jesus only have like a certain number of miracles that he could do? And he's like a cat with 9 lives. He's only got like, I don't know. Let's say Christ has like 15 miracles in him. I don't know how many.
it?
Okay, now here's the thing about the Bible.
I think
they don't
maybe-
have like teenage Jesus in there. What kind of miracles was teenage Jesus doing? Was he just like making girls
dick
come
related.
from like a
Yeah,
distance and shit?
yeah.
Like all kinds of horny miracles?
Big
horny
horny
miracles. Talking about like just going to the market and seeing all the whores and just be like,
Yeah, Jesus at the market just making
they're
everybody
just making
come.
panties just
Farm-
soaked,
Your
just fucking
local farmers market is filled
local
with
horny
orgasms.
Jesus going to the Israelite farmers market, buying some grain for his cattle and just fucking the shit out of everybody because he's Jesus.
I would assume
Was
that,
Jesus confused about his sexuality at one point and kind of fucked around a little bit?
Yeah,
you know?
back in those days.
Yeah,
it was
I mean,
implied.
because back in those days, dudes were just going into the desert and like fucking rocks and lizards and shit, and like
Almost exclusively.
bringing lizards back to the village and being like, she'll carry on the family name, and it's like, no, she won't.
She might.
She might. She's a tough lizard.
I think that there was
Big
probably
lizard.
there's probably like levels of miracles. You know what I mean? And like, was it accepting our farts or curing them?
See, this gets more complicated because if there's levels of miracle, like, does he do like?
I feel like he's not doing fart-related miracles.
So,
unfortunately,
But maybe they just left those out of the Bible. Maybe they got like, maybe the Catholics got a hold of the Bible and like, because you know how they
Crossed
took
out
out.
the fart
Well, you know how they
miracles?
took out like a
The
bunch of stuff in the
thousands of
Bible.
pages of
They
fart
took out
miracles.
whole books in the Bible because they were like, people can't read this. It's too extreme.
Yeah.
Why is it so crazy to think that the Pope went through the Bible with a big black marker and scratched out all the parts where Jesus did fart-based miracles. Because then we're just praying for fart-based miracles all the time. Because he realized people couldn't handle the idea of a fart-based miracle. And the Pope was like, the people, they will pray for fart miracles too much. Jesus cannot handle the fart miracles.
Have you ever had a fart?
That's a really bad Italian. I feel like I should be canceled for that.
No.
That was shit.
Italians are fine.
See, I've been told that I can do an Italian accent without sounding like Chef Boyardee, but I choose not to.
I hate that you've even gotten to the place where people tell you it's okay.
Mainly my mother when I was a teenager, just running around being like, spaghetti for no reason.
Moms, when you're a teenager, is
they
not
say
a blessing for your life to be like, yo, it's cool if you are an Italian.
Time out. My mommy said I could do as many Chef Boyardee impressions as I want. My mom said it's cool when I do Chef Boyardee.
Have you ever had a fart that you wish there was a miracle to fix?
Like I don't know what the shart a little bit, and you're like, God, I wish I could.
We're getting into sharts. That's a whole nother territory.
So just a fart, you wish that a miracle could have been made around it?
Yeah,
that would have to be a fart that smells so bad. Like that, I feel like the only fart-based miracle that I can think of off the top of my head is like when you're walking through the store and you walk into someone else's fart and it's so violently foul.
So you want the miracle to take care of other people's farts so you don't have to deal with them.
It would be more of a personal fart? A martyr fart scenario? What is a personal fart-based miracle that you could have bestowed upon you where
fart in school, fart in the class, like you're standing up and you fart. Huh?
But then that's the miracle, you fart in class?
No, it negates it. Jesus takes
like everybody
my fart
forgets?
Away. Yeah.
He's not like Jesus doesn't erase time.
He sucks my fart. I don't know what you
Are you implying that the Christ-based fart miracle is Jesus goes back in time and sucks your fart away? Sucks your fart out of time?
I had a burp, but I laughed, and now that's gone. See, he could do that type of work.
He could fix your burps.
Suck it away.
Just human body gas-based miracles.
I've never had a burp cause an ordeal.
Yet.
I've had farts.
That cause ordeals?
Cause ordeals.
Did you own up to these ordeal-causing farts?
No, one time I was in school, I specifically remember I was in a biology class that I was failing because science has never been my thing because I thought we would do things.
Yeah, you're more of a faith-based man anyway.
Yeah. And
I don't know how the human body works. I just know the boners happen.
I had my head down, sleeping or whatever. I wasn't actually asleep. I was just like, I'm sick of hearing this shit. And I let a big fart out that I thought wasn't going to be a big fart. So I lifted my head up and gave a dirty look to the kid who was sleeping next to me. So I think I played it off pretty good.
How many kids were sleeping in this class?
Most of them. It was fucking biology.
Fair.
But the teacher would throw chalk at you.
If you were farting?
No. He encouraged farts because that meant you were there.
Chalk.
But if you were talking, he would whip chalk at you. And one time I caught it and I whipped it back. Because I'm like, what a crazy thing to do. I know that you don't have control over this class, but that's your job.
To whip chalk at people?
Yeah. You can whip chalk too. It would hit pretty hard.
Especially if it's one of those little nubs too.
Yeah, and it always was because my school didn't have new
chalk. It was
and
just a big bucket of nubs.
I was gonna break them. It's the most fun.
If you got a big bucket of nubs you'd love to whip at the dads, go to www.thedapperdads.com where everything dapper is there. You can anonymously submit. We would love it if you guys would because we miss you.
We have a few. The submissions have been real dry. I think in retrospect we put that out there, but I think we got a decent amount of submissions during quarantine, but that just fucking sucked.
Right.
Do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And then we haven't had any posts being together. So what the fuck? Do you guys just want us to pack this up and be done with it?
I mean, we can do it.
That's fine.
I mean, I'm not saying my bag is, I'm not saying I have a bag ready to go in the dungeon, but the second you guys are like, yo.
Yeah. I have a bag like a battered wife. Let me tell you, I'm ready to leave.
I got an old bag if you know what I mean.
I just love this. I feel like we said different things there and yours was bad. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, now you're getting drunk and spilling things. Not on the shoes.
They weren't on the shoes.
Oh, thank God. Spill Jameson on the equipment before you spill it on the fucking Bart Simpson shoes.
I spilled it on my chair, though, which sucks. Also, no towels, believe it or not. My room doesn't have towels, but I've jerked off a lot in here. How does that feel for you?
Dirty. Cool. Not dirty in the sense that I want. It's just after the towel revelation. That's what makes me feel dirty. Is you're jerking off in here, no towels anywhere.
Oh, I could tell
Not even any
things.
Kleenex or paper towels, just in case you get a little offshoot somewhere.
Yeah, that's a Patreon. Go to www.patreon.com/dapperdads, and we're about to record one. And if you remind me, I'll tell you how I jerk off in
how
here.
horny it gets,
and exactly where. The cum rags are stored.
I will.
I have a bunch of white tees.
Stored? Yeah, I was going to say, I got a feeling in this dresser there's cum.
I bet cum on anything in this dresser.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm sure that there's, like, a rag that you could use for, like, cum laud, if you will.
There's really not. The dresser is, like, respectable clothes.
It's a
Actually, it's not.
dresser.
The Speedo's in there.
A lot of... Yeah, wipe up jizz with that. What that thing's made for cleaning up jizz.
And cleaning up with a Speedo.
I mean...
What kind of fucking life would that be?
You come into the Speedo pouch. I really...
There's not a pouch.
Some might say... That's it. I would beg to differ based on what I saw.
Well, yeah, but that's like the cock holster.
I'd see they come into the cock holster. Could one
While
not
I'm
argue
wearing
that...
it?
I mean, no. God, how? Like, where are you going to...
Just...
I mean, do you just rubbing your dick through the Speedo to achieve orgasm?
Yeah. Yeah. It's very silky smooth.
I mean, in theory, I guess you could, but then you're... Oh, I hate the idea
I'd have to
of
look
you,
in a mirror.
I know, I hate the idea of you sitting here rubbing it out in the Speedo.
Yeah.
Like, into the Speedo, if you, like, had it separate and it, like, caught
But
the
that
jizz.
feels so weird. I have many more things I would come into before the Speedo.
Give me the top 3 you would come in before the Speedo.
Probably, like, one of those shirts.
Okay.
Or, like, there's a pile of shirts that I don't wear anymore in there. That's, like, number one, to be honest.
Sam the Greeter's bowl.
Sam the Greeter's bowl. What suck?
The aim
I have
job
socks that I don't wear.
It's like a spittoon. It just ting and like jumps out of there.
He's so cute. Imagine coming on his face. That would
Oh
suck.
no, you're not supposed to cut. He's terrifying underneath. Just imagine what's underneath.
Yeah, I know. I've come all over that face, but not the cute. Like,
yeah, don't come
normal
over
one
cute
at
little
first.
Sam.
My third one is just into that trash can.
Oh,
because
okay.
it makes the most sense. But
Well,
there's not a bag in it.
Say it's a full trash can.
There's also not a bag in it, which I was like, I'll totally put a bag in it.
Yeah, I
And then
hate
you
doing that.
just start
Are you
throwing
jizzing
trash
in it when there's no?
I don't
bag in it?
jizz in the garbage can
Allegedly.
that
I'll
often.
say allegedly.
It's like it happens sometimes because it makes the most sense. We've recently talked about this because I told someone I like to jerk off onto things that I'm going to throw away because it makes the most sense.
It does, yeah.
It's like economic.
I mean, if it's bad for the
Economic?
hobo, it's good. It's good economics.
It's economics. Yes.
not economics.
It's economical.
I mean, it's bad for the hobo that digs
Economical.
through your trash.
Well, he should have learned by now.
I mean,
There's so much.
yeah,
shit
he
in my
shouldn't have been
trash.
eating things out of your trash.
Call 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you questioning it?
Because the last episode, I apparently fucked it up. And now I have nothing to go off of.
Yeah, there's no board
There's no
here. What are
boards.
we gonna do?
There's a board, but that's
I
different.
mean, we haven't
things.
written
Don't read that
things-
out loud.
I'm gonna
Don't
read it out loud.
I'm
Gonna just read it.
No, because there's things on there.
I don't
that
like
were
the third thing or the fourth.
on what
Wait,
side?
the
The
left?
other. Yeah,
Are those
The
song
right?
titles?
on the left.
Left, third one down.
No, those. It says on the top what that is, and you've seen some of these things.
Oh,
I'm currently draped
it's just
in one.
named weird.
Yeah, because it's hard to remember things. Anyway, yeah, this is
Looks like a madman.
This
board.
is the perk about being here. There's so many more things
I know it's
to
so like
take in.
you can't even really see it all. I wish people could see your desk from the video. That's the real beaut right there.
Oh yeah, that. I mean, there's a lot of things everywhere.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
It's a very you
Prep
space. I
this.
will say that. I
Yeah,
love it.
You got to have an outlet for your weird shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I got some real weird posters printed up I'm going to buy.
Hmm.
Because I figured out at work, I can just bypass the copyright and just print whatever
Can
the
you
fuck
help me
I
out then?
Yeah.
I need that for sure.
I can do posters. I can't do shirts.
Oh my god, I've
but I
been
can do
wanting to make
posters.
this. Did I tell you the poster idea that I had that got flagged?
Yeah, you can send in anything you want and I will print it for you.
What sizes? Got like
I can
a big
go,
size?
I can go as big as a 16 by 20. That's the ones that I made. So that's
Okay.
like a respectably like
All right.
it's not like
We'll
a
talk-
movie poster.
Yeah, right. It's like, yeah.
It's like that.
one of these.
Yeah,
like that
It's
one.
like that.
That's perfect.
That's what I got. I got
I've-
two of those. I got one that's like
I spent time crafting this, putting a collage, you could say, and then I uploaded it and it got fucking flagged. So
what I do is I go through the app on my phone and I submit it and then I print it off myself and then I don't have any problems buying it because one poster because I just get pulled like two like weird cryptid images off of Pinterest. One's like a poster somebody made and the other is like
Pinterest is so fire.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of shit
learned that
on there.
like a month ago. It's changed my life.
And then I've got one that's like
no porn though.
yeah, weird. You
I
think
went-
a place like
Yeah,
Pinterest
I really
would
was
be
throwing
blooming
some.
with porn.
We need a Pinterest for porn, right? That would be so great.
Is that how we become rich? We kill the show, and then we decide to make a Pinterest for porn?
I Googled this, and it existed, but it's gone now, and now it just goes to porn.com. Have you ever been to porn.com?
I feel like I shouldn't type that in because
it's sex.com, I think.
I feel like you type in sex.com, and just a black hole opens in your computer, and you fall into it.
I think it's just sex.com, and it's kind of like Pinterest, but it's not the same.
It's a real goddamn shame. The last thing I had to hear was my buddy's horrid screams as he was pulled into the void on sex.com.
Yeah, that sounds like exactly what you would do as a child.
Yeah, sex.com.
www.
I know I've said it on here before. The first time I ever looked for porn, the first time I ever had the bright mind to be like, oh, there's porn on the internet, I'm going to look for it. I went to Google Images and typed in female boobs.
Yeah. Which is great that you had the wherewithal to be like, not male boobs.
Yeah.
Because that's my problem. I was on sex.com because I thought about this Pinterest shit. I found what it was called. Then it redirected me to sex.com. And then it's just a free-for-all of, like, GIFs and images. But then it's, like, it can be, like, totally gay. Like,
well, sex is sex.
And it makes sense. And I don't know if I just wasn't in the right section. You can go, like, category, but I just wanted to, like, have a free-for-all.
Go category on the GIFs on sex.com.
Yeah, I didn't want to have the gay stuff. It's totally fine. And, like, if I see a penis, it's nothing new. But when I see, like, two men fucking intensely,
two guys
it's, like, way more
like...
beautiful, then I'm like, this...
It makes you question some things because, like, they look like they're really passionate about it, and you're like, could I be that passionate with another man?
I just
you
see
sit
two
there and
dudes
you look at
fuck this week.
You see, you sit there and you watch your buddy across from in his room, and you're like, man, could we be that passionate?
Don't let my balls fall out on the camera.
Could I have that kind of love in my life?
Forward, show my.
Could I have
Is
that
what we need to make this go viral? A ball slips out?
I would say a ball slip out, or we make passionate love while recording.
I don't know if that would go viral.
I say we give each other
the opposite of viral?
Antiviral?
Okay.
I say we give each other FJs while we're sitting here so close.
Foot jobs?
Yeah.
And the Bart Simpsons?
What else would I want?
I mean, they're brand new. This is the first time I've legitimately
I can go get my Crocs out the car, give you a Croc job.
You got Crocs in the ones that I
I'll put on 2 pairs of Crocs.
The ones that you left at the pond?
Yeah, I'll put on 2 pairs of Crocs.
Don't give me those, because that seems like a
Put on 2 pairs of Crocs, give you the ultimate Croc job.
Mm.
I mean, I feel like a Croc job wouldn't be bad. If it's kind of like a Croc job's got to be like a hand job. You just got to lube it up.
I feel like a Croc job is fucking an alligator.
I feel like a foot job couldn't. I don't personally want a foot job, but I feel like a foot job might not be bad if it's lubed up right. You know what I'm saying?
The older I get, I'm like, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Because we've had this a decent.
Whatever.
As you get older, you can't like a decent hand job.
Really interested in hand jobs recently. I haven't really gotten them.
Yeah,
I'm
interested, but I haven't been. Yeah, I'm real interested in blowjobs recently. I have not been receiving them, unfortunately. So there's a lot of field testing lacking. But if I had a theory, first of all, I think blowjobs are a lie created by people, because if blowjobs exist, then how come I've never had one?
You just got to try harder.
I don't think...
Real quick, for the sake of my sanity, dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com. That's the email. Email things. No one will do it. Twitter, @dapperdads. Follow us. We're really booming. Paul Abdul's knocking on our door. Instagram, @dapperdadspodcast. Nothing happens over there. Anyway, hand jobs.
Foot jobs.
But I was trying to say with the hand jobs... Because again, like obviously, it's not like my. It's not your. It's not what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you asked me if a beautiful woman,
like if I'm trying to fuck you and she's like, "Can I give you a hand job?"
Yeah, but I mean, like if I'm trying.
Yeah, would you rather fuck a disgusting man or get a hand job from a beautiful woman?
I'd rather get a hand job from a beautiful woman.
Because
if you would have asked me fucking 6 years ago, I probably would have been like, "I'll fuck the gross dude."
But see,
no cap.
See, now I will say this: there is something intimate about a hand job when you're older, if you will, you know?
Well, my biggest thing is like, I feel you. When someone's like, I don't want to have sex with you right now,
I get it. Like, I get that.
Like, the older I get, the more I'm like, yes. Why would you?
Yeah,
I barely want to.
Yeah, look at me.
This just has gotten to a point where, like, I gotta do something.
I gotta bust.
If you want to be involved in this, then that would be super tight. And that's what I mean. Like, I'm to the point where I'm like, I don't have to fuck you.
Take note. This is how you be a good, normal man.
Yeah.
You say, cool, that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And then if it leads to a hand job, be fucking happy with it, bro. Just as if I could give advice,
that's what I mean.
If I go back in the time machine 10 years, be like, bro, just be chill with a hand job. It's fine. Tell a lot of young men just be chill with like whatever they get, you know? Men are fucking dogs.
Ideally.
Take the scraps you get.
Yeah, I mean, you should never be like, I deserve this or I get this.
No,
But
that's
what
why
I mean.
men are
I
terrible.
used to just be like, my mindset when I was younger was like, if I can't fuck or
I don't
get
wanna
blown,
do
then
anything.
I just won't do anything.
Right.
Because I can do a hand job myself.
Right,
But
yeah.
then you get older and you're like, the hand job from someone else, if they know what they're doing,
If it's done right.
it's better than jerking yourself
It's like anything
off.
else.
It's still like
Yeah.
fun. You know what I
It's
mean?
like when you're a kid. This is gonna be a weird one. This is gonna be a weird one. It's like when you're a kid. You're just getting jacked off. When you're a kid, you're getting jacked off by another kid, and you're like,
that's totally fine and
yeah,
normal.
that's fine and normal.
Normalize
Normal as shit.
Normalize young men jerking each other off because they don't know what to do.
If the Romans could do it, why can't we
pure
do
passion.
it? Pure just passion in the battlefield. Their passion to win made them jerk each other off. That's why the Romans fell. Because
they were all
society
coming so hard.
Yeah, they came so hard they couldn't run a society. Can you imagine? Oh, to be alive, such better times. Here's what I'm saying. It's like when you're younger and you're like, hey, Mom, could we get Cinnabons while we're at the mall? And
hey,
she
Mom,
goes,
can you jerk me off? This dog is barking.
This dog is barking.
I just realized
this
thing
dog's got
do
his
shit.
nose up against the fence and he's trying to get in.
I've been watching porn and all it is incest at this point.
It's just fucking nuts.
So I have a lot of radical ideas.
A lot of ideas about stepmothers. I want my dad to start dating someone just so I can fuck her.
I'm scared to have a kid
I
and then
know,
inevitably get
I
my
know.
second young hot wife that's
And then
so
your kid-
stupid she doesn't even know how to read. And then my kid's like, I'm gonna fuck her, and then
because he's a
really
younger,
ruins our-
handsomer version of you with
course,
a bigger
which
cock.
is great in every way.
Yeah.
She's had the old bull. She wants the young buck, and she grabs him by the wiener.
Yeah,
and
and just leads him in.
Yeah, it makes.
While
Oh God, she's leading him in, and she lets
she's
me
leading him
poke
in.
around for
Yeah,
30 minutes,
lets you
like
poke-
it's my first.
Yeah, lets you
time.
poke
And I'm
around.
like, yeah, this never gets easier.
Lets
for
you
some
poke
reason.
around like it's prom
It
night
feels
and you
like
don't know
it's
what
moving
the fuck
around like a door handle on
Meanwhile,
LSD.
she's fucking loading the dishwasher and leading your son in. How does that feel?
That's exactly how it happens.
Because she's in a little
And you're
fucking
like,
outfit.
I would have been fine with
loading the
washing dishes
dishwasher.
by hand, but we had to get this,
No,
and now my
because
family's
she wanted the
fucking
dishwasher.
each other.
Yeah, you had to buy. Your wife made you go to Home Depot on your day off and buy a $1,200 dishwasher
young and
because she's
hot.
stupid and hot and doesn't
The
know what
second
money's
wife,
worth.
The crazy one.
Yeah, the other one,
The
like
ignorant
the other
one,
one, like
right.
still comes over to like drop your son off, and
The
she
other
like
one was
talks
true-
to you about your relationship,
other
and she's
one
like,
was
"I'm
like-
worried you're not in a healthy spot." Like you guys realize you didn't work out, and she still cares about your well-being, but you're like on a crazy bender
Well,
with
the
this
first,
young
yeah,
wife.
because the
You know?
first one was true love. That was the one that got away. I
Right.
was bad. In
You
life.
were a young man.
She-
You didn't know the lessons well enough to keep
I
a
was
good
an
woman
old
like
man.
that.
I still just
You
don't
were
know.
old,
You
but
know
you
what I
didn't
mean?
have the chops about you to keep a good
I'm just
woman
stupid.
like
and
that.
I still don't. So I'm like,
And I never
it's better
will. That's
for
why you gotta get a
but
young,
I'll always
stupid
love
wife.
her, and then I get this dumb, stupid.
Who makes you buy a
blonde.
$1,200 dishwasher, and then she's loading it up in just an apron because she's fucking cooking eggs and it's got shells in it and it's all fucked up. The sausage is undercooked. Everything's
She's a
fucking
bad
nasty.
cook.
This breakfast
And I get to
fucking
tell her.
sucks.
And I get to tell her. And that's one of the best parts is I'm like, you fucking suck at cooking.
This
What are
breakfast
you?
is shit, and she's crying because the old bull came in and is screaming about how scrambled eggs are half shells,
And the young buck's gonna eat it like a child.
and the young buck comes in because he's fucking stupid too.
fucking 10.
Fucking-
Huge hog.
Wait, hold on. I didn't know the son was 10. I'm picturing
That's
he's
real
like
fucked
30.
up. I can't have a 30-year-old son.
He's still living at home. He's real
I should be
stupid.
dead.
Yeah, but you got this young hot wife.
Especially when I had him at 93,
yeah.
6,
Oh, yeah.
93.
Yeah,
And then
you
he's-
got to ride that fucking lift down the stairs they had to install because you can't walk up and down the stairs. And she's leading. And she's
Someone
leading
lift me
the-
up the stairs.
You're sitting there flipping over plates of just, if we can be honest at this point, scrambled shells. And she's got the
It
audacity for you to get in your hover around chair and go for a ride around the block.
Hover around. Hardly know her.
And she has the audacity to lead the young buck in from the dishwasher. She's got her face down in the disgusting dishes from the breakfast she just made.
Because she's ran it 3 times and it's still not clean.
She doesn't
and they're
put
like,
soap in it because she's fucking stupid.
no, she just doesn't put the fucking gel in
The-
it.
the
so
tablets,
they're all,
yeah.
They're all, and I'm real
She doesn't
picky. I'm like,
pre-wash
I don't
them.
want it to be cloudy, idiot. I want my dishes to be Immaculate.
Even though your eyes are cloudy because you're so fucking
My
old.
life is cloudy.
Everything's cloudy.
120.
It's like that Puddle of Mud song. Everything's so blurry.
Yeah, Crazy Bitch.
Yeah. You
mean
you mean Crazy Bitch by Stone Temple Pilots?
I thought it was Buck Cherry.
Yeah, and Buck Cherry certainly didn't do the other song I was referencing.
What's Puddle of Mud?
Puddle of Mud is everything's that Puddle of Mud is Psycho. Maybe I'm the one. Maybe I'm the one who is a schizophrenic psycho.
Well, that
yeah,
sucks. They didn't have a bigger song?
Yeah, they did. They had
like,
everyone so blurred. Can you take it all away? Can you take it all away? And then they had she fucking hates
that's
me.
It. Yeah, that's what I
trust. Yeah. She fucking hates me.
That's
la,
what,
la, la, la.
That's what I play for my stupid.
While he's fucking your wife, while he's being inserted over the dishwasher
at 10.
At 10 after his scrambled shells. What a fucking horrible.
That's fifth grade. He's gonna be big in school.
He's gonna go to school and be like,
big
guys,
in the pants and he's big in school because he's my
his
son.
fucking friends are like, I just learned how to jerk off. He's like, I'm coming in my stepmom. She's stupid.
Oh, he's coming inside of her.
Yeah,
that's why she's
doesn't
so
know
wet.
any better.
When I investigate,
he's
I don't
so
fuck
stupid.
her.
He's like,
look
stepmommy. He's like, stepmommy makes my swimsuit area tickle, and then I burst a
so
big
he's
stickies.
Retarded too.
He's not retarded. He's just stupid.
Idiot.
He's 10. He's like, I'm busting big.
I wasn't that. I didn't sound like that at 10. I
he's
sounded like this at 10.
He's like, big sticky cries come out of my penis.
Oh my god, at 10. Jesus Christ. Big sticky cries come out of my penis. He doesn't know. Doesn't make it okay.
No, he doesn't.
Big sticky cries. I'd kill him. I'd kill him in front of her.
It's even sadder because then he's
after
trying to,
the dishes were
then
loaded.
he's trying because you're all are having supper and she's sitting there filming.
We're never having supper, and I hate the idea that you think we would.
You're
be.
having fine if you want to be a fucking cock about it. You're having dinner, and she's also undercooked the roast. It's fucking horrible. It's just
I wouldn't eat roast. That's the first.
It's just
problem,
a raw piece of meat. Fine, she undercooked the chicken. It's just raw chicken, and
fine. I'm so old. I don't know what
you're
normal chicken was.
You're 136. If you haven't died from salmonella yet, you can't.
I don't know what actual chicken used to taste like.
You can't even taste anything. You're so goddamn old. You're basically.
I don't
living...
think we'll have chicken by the time I'm 136.
We might.
I think we'll. No, I think
no. We're gonna have chicken, but it's gonna be that lab-grown chicken they grow out of cells.
That's what I mean. I think the idea of us eating animals at that point will be like when you read shit in textbooks and you're like, they did that.
Yeah,
you know, I do genuinely think
they're like,
that,
kids
well,
smoke cigarettes and they thought it was healthy. After you pushed
that
out
is fine.
After you pushed out a baby, the nurse would come by with a cigarette tray and be like, you must need to smoke terribly.
You know, my fucking 10-year-old fucks my second wife. They're both gonna smoke cigarettes.
God, no,
Newport.
They're smoking. They're smoking
cigarettes. Have
300 extra lights.
Yeah, I'm like, extra lights were for pussies back in my day. And I forget what I'm saying because I'm so
as you're
old.
Smoking a Newport 6000.
Yeah, I'm like,
the longest
this is the last
cigarette
week of the
God
week.
can make.
Yeah, this is throughout my whole house
but
out of a window.
Yeah, you've got
it better not rain. If it rains, someone put a tent over my Newport. If this goes out, I'll fucking
I want to be that
mind.
fucking lost in life that I go, if it starts raining, somebody put an umbrella over my Newport.
I like the idea of having that for just cigarettes now. Just like if it starts raining, I want a guy to come up and clip
with a tiny
umbrella on top of my cigarette. I stand
just
in the
pinches
rain
it,
getting
like, fucks
drenched.
it up.
I'm completely wet, but I'm like,
just an umbrella for
perfect.
the cigarette.
Yeah.
Only for the cigarette.
God, I love the idea.
Why
of that,
haven't we
actually.
invented cigarette umbrellas? They have umbrellas
they
for
could just
drinks.
Clip on like fucking like
here's
roach
an idea.
clips.
Take a little toothpick umbrella, stick it in the middle of your cigarette while you're smoking it.
That seems dangerous.
I feel like
but
you're
it is
smoking a
prototype.
toothpick at that
That's
point.
our Shark Tank prototype.
Yeah, we just bring it in and do it, and we're like,
give us the money.
Hey, Mark Cuban, have you ever been smoking a cigar
Cuban,
out in the rain?
I want Damien. No, Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful can suck
none of
my
the women.
ass.
No offense.
Women don't know how to do business. No offense.
And then the happy guy, I'll listen to you, but I'm not excited about it.
No,
It's
give me
Cuban
Cuban.
and Damien.
Cuban and Damien, give me the fucking money for my prototype clip-on, roach clip, cigarette, prototype umbrella.
Yeah.
We're workshopping the name.
I think the first thing would be
call
like,
them Kodiak
who smokes
cakes.
cigarettes? They're like, no one. We're like, and for that, I'm out. And then we just walk away.
And then we're just smoking. We don't even have a pitch. We're just smoking cigarettes, and we're like, if it was raining in here, this would fucking suck. And they're just.
That's what. Yeah. You're talking to them, and you have the prototype, and you're about to smoke it. I have a lighter to the sprinkler
and
system.
The sprinklers just go.
And
I'm like, has this ever happened to you? You're sitting here smoking a cigarette, and suddenly it is fucking storming outside, and the first thought you have is, damn, I wish I hadn't just lit this cigarette so it doesn't get wet in the rain. Because, no offense, ladies, but you're all pussies. Have you men ever been
different
smoking
energy in my room?
Have you men ever been smoking cigars out in the rain? Because we all know ladies are like kitties made out of sugar and they can't get wet. And so, you boys ever been smoking out in the rain playing beer darts and you thought, God, I wish this cigarette had an umbrella? You'd think, I'm soaking wet, but my cigarette is bone dry. Is that what you want? Buy my fucking cigarette umbrella already, Mark Cuban. I know you want it. Mr. Happy's like, I've never heard a better idea in my life. I'm like, fuck you. Yeah. I don't want your money.
You're old and stupid and aggressive for no reason.
Yeah, you're very aggressive.
This doesn't have to be an aggressive environment. I'm pitching
you know what I feel like
thing.
You're gonna do? I feel like you're gonna steal my umbrella idea, but you're gonna make it not what it's about. You're gonna take the heart out of the company, and that's why I'm not going with you. He's like, I don't want your idea, and I didn't make you an offer. I'm out. And I'm like, and for that reason. That would be the boss move. Go on Shark Tank and just tell them why you don't want them to pick your product and be like, and for that reason, I'm out.
I don't want the old lady because it's clear that...
Was that a ghost?
Yeah, just a little one.
Sounded like a...
I don't like the old lady
because... Was that a spirit being torn asunder by a vehicle?
Yeah, it's not in here, so it doesn't matter.
It's fine, but if we're going to get attacked
it's just immediately out.
I would say, if we're going to get attacked by ghosts, I feel like we should get warned. An Amber Alert?
Amber Alert for ghosts?
There should be an alert on our phone. What would you do right now if our phones just went off and it was an alert that like ghost army attacking neighborhoods in the United States? Stay inside. What do we do?
I gotta smoke cigarettes.
I gotta smoke cigarettes.
The garage is fine.
We get an alert that says not even the garage idiot smoke cigarettes inside. But my girl will be mad.
That's not gonna... I was told,
You FaceTime your girl and you're like, are you safe? She's getting ripped apart by ghosts.
Oh, that would suck for her.
That would suck to watch. Wife. Second wife. That's when the second wife.
Sooner than you
My
imagine.
first wife was ripped moments away from my second wife.
Moments away.
My second wife is just moments away.
I think I said the second wife thing to someone recently that is too close to
the real wife.
Yeah, the possibility of the first wife. And then it was one of those things where you say something, you see their face, and you're like, ha, just kidding.
But maybe.
Second wife. Come on, I thought you were going to ride with me.
Second
We're
wife.
Both men. We're both beefy men.
I'm already.
The second wife.
Maybe
you.
I'm already working. It could be you, man. What's going on? You want to be a wife? You want to keep this in the family? Is this how you want to do it? You want to be my buddy?
Well, my thing on Shark Tank is I don't want the old lady because her teeth look crazy. It's clear that she's wearing an Invisalign, which is fine, and I'm here for it.
But it's like, man, why didn't you use your money to fix your teeth before that?
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't like that you have weird...
What does this say about your business planning when like you haven't fixed your teeth?
You have millions of dollars.
Danny Brown fixed his teeth. Why can't you fix it? That's immediately what I would say. I'd be like, you ever heard of Daniel Brown?
Then we're
fixed his teeth.
We're just playing Danny Brown for the Shark Tank.
Just playing Ain't It Funny really loud.
Yeah, just playing. No, something real nasty. Like Black Brad Pitt. One of the things you don't get to listen to.
Yeah, you don't get to listen to Black Brad Pitt enough around anybody, really. I mean, throw that on the jukebox at the bars and we can go out to him again.
By that time, we have progressed past jukeboxes, I assume.
What do we have? Personal headphones at the silent disco?
I've heard that's super fun to do.
People have tried to convince me that it's fun, but I feel like
I would be open to it.
I feel like it's one of those things where you take your headphones off for a second to like wipe the sweat away from your ear and you just hear everyone like...
Oh, yeah. You don't want to not be...
Because that's the whole point of the club is I don't have to hear all these sweaty fat people breathing, you know? And so it's like I want the music... I want the music to drown out my stupid things I'm saying drunk. You know,
right? Because have you ever shouted when the song
stops?
You're
like Coleman. You're like,
my balls have been itchy.
I'd fuck a guy for a beer right now.
Yeah,
well, and then the energy in the room changes.
Also, I gotta bleep that out.
What? I'll fuck a guy for a beer?
No, you said his full government name for some reason, which was totally unnecessary.
Oh, weird.
And I'll have to remember to do that. Yeah, and I won't.
Well, you know.
I was drinking our drinks.
Yeah. We're drinking. We're drinking this episode.
We're drinking. We're going to keep drinking.
We're going to keep drinking this whole night.
Yeah. I have a fun idea. We're going to take a break in between.
Uh-huh.
Let's let the curtain down, the 2 episodes we're recording, because we just keep doing that.
Yeah. It's nice.
It sucks, but...
It sucks,
but we're going to be done with it for a minute.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have to do it again. And I think after that, we're good until the wheels fall off.
Okay.
It's a private conversation.
Yeah.
But I have a fun idea for our in-between. Like I said, take a little break because we normally don't.
We can do a little driving around.
I'm not going to drive around. I've had mini beers.
I'll drive a little bit. Where you want to go? You want to drive to the Hy-Vee and look at some skirts in the fruit section?
Not in this pan.
I was gonna say, man, what if we
I
like?
need to go to Hy-Vee now.
Can you imagine like
Looking at skirts
in the fruit section of a grocery store?
Because I haven't been able to be out.
You
now
see a beautiful woman in public.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You see a butt in public,
And it drives you insane. It's nuts.
I feel like a monster.
I feel nuts because it's like even though
I saw
I'm like
butt bending over at a park bench and I hooted and hollered out of my car.
out of the car.
Yeah.
You catcalled.
I didn't cackle. I just hooted and hollered.
Okay. I'm gonna make
and
it.
she
We're
was
gonna make
mad
it
old, so it was okay. It's okay.
She was-
For some people, it's okay. This is gonna be maybe
so
a hot
now
take.
you can hoot and you can catcall if they're mad old.
You can catcall if they're gross looking or old.
Now that's not fair because just because they're gross looking to you doesn't mean they're gross. What if that's just because they're gross looking to you doesn't mean they're not somebody else's?
I'm talking
10?
about real nasty.
That's fine, man. That's somebody's 10 out there and you just don't know it.
But I'm building her up.
Right. But I mean, like, no, I don't know, man. That's kind of hard to say.
I feel like
What if that doesn't make her
a
feel
real
empowered?
uggo?
I sound like an uggo.
No, I'm talking about a real uggo.
Here's what I'm saying. She might be a real uggo, but there's got to be like one dude out there that sees her and is like, wow.
No, that's fine. But I don't think she's met that guy yet, and I feel like I'm boosting their self-esteem.
So what you're saying, I just want to get this
It's a
clear
hot
here.
take.
It's a hot take that if
I've
the
been
girl
behind it
is,
for
it's
years.
okay to hoot and holler. I like how I said holler there. It's okay to hoot and holler at ugly girls because they need the self-esteem boost.
Am I wrong?
Call 4027-DAPPER. That's 4027-327-7737. Let us know your thoughts on that right now because
yeah.
this might be the hottest take we've ever taken on the show.
I'm here for
Now,
it. We're on our deathbed. So.
And now here's what I'm going to say. I half agree with you.
Right.
Because as an
And
ugly man, when someone compliments me, it's like a big thing. Like if
Right.
I was like walking
Right.
down the street and a car full
Right.
of women was like, "Ooh, hey, Mr. Big Meaty Hog," I'd be like, "Whoa."
Every time I'm walking
Well.
down the street and someone yells at me out of the car and it's not, and I'm going to say it because this happens to me a
Okay.
lot. The word faggot has been screamed at me from cars.
Same, yeah.
A lot in my life.
Especially
just
when
walking
we're
down the
together
street.
for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're holding hands, we're skipping.
Holding
I
hands,
get it, it's a
skipping,
whole-
making out in the middle
it's a
of
whole
outside of
to-do,
Richards,
yeah.
like. There's
But-
no reason for that though. It's just hateful.
And also, I'm talking hooting and hollering. I'm not saying like,
Hey baby,
Hey,
you got a
baby,
fat ass.
yeah,
I
I
want to be
wanna
in it.
fuck
Like,
you.
yeah.
I was
Just
I feel like,
driving by like a cartoon horse going, no, woohoo!
yeah.
So
Well,
it's
like,
fine
I've-
to drive by uggos and make Tasmanian devil noises?
I feel like
Can
people, this is-
you imagine just trying to mind
yeah,
your
I
own
mean, it might
goddamn
just
business?
be confusing,
In a
but
car
that's
full of
fine.
men drive by and go, hey baby!
Well, I feel like I've said it before on here. Is
I
when,
don't know what I would do. Just picture. No, really think about this.
no, I know. It should never happen to me. I'm handsome.
Picture a car full of women. What's worse? You're walking down the street, car full of men. Hey, baby! Or a car full of women doing it. Because a car full of women making Tasmanian devil noises at me, I feel that's unprecedented.
I mean, I've had it.
Have
these
you
are-
ever made a vehicle full of babes so horny they had to make Tasmanian devil noises?
I have two
at
things
you?
I want to say here.
Okay.
I feel like I might have said them both before.
You
'cause we've said everything.
We've said it before. I don't want to harp on it.
Hey. One is that when I was we don't have the bell.
The bell's gone. There's no desk. This feels
That's
fucked.
why we had to move, was because we killed the bell at the end of the last episode. We actually did do that.
The bell put a lawsuit on us, everybody.
Yeah,
it's really
so-
bad.
And they got the dungeon in
The lawsuit.
the
So
lawsuit.
unfortunately,
and the affidavit.
the
big
affidavit, the
affidavits.
big
Huge.
hearsay evidence was brought against us judiciarily. I want to say pre-judiciarily, and everything was bubkiss, and they post dated the recess so that
We're fucking nailing this.
so that our court
This is
date was
Clear as the sky
postponed,
on a sunny day.
and we're being indicted
Wow. Yes.
on serious charges.
The seriousest.
And some may say the Dapper Dads are, to quote unquote, on the lam.
Oh yeah.
On
That's
the
why
lam.
we're here.
Yeah.
They know where to find that.
Yeah, they can't find us here.
This is an upper echelon. But two things. One time when I was with my ex, we were driving down West State, way out there.
Doubt
and
it.
a car pulled up next to us and hooted and hollered at her and said, "I will eat your pussy," to her. which she
To your
turned
girl
to
now or your ex-girl?
my ex-girl.
Sorry, I'm a little drunk, so details are
years
sketchy.
ago.
Okay.
Many years ago.
How angry did you get?
I laughed and laughed and laughed, and that was the problem.
Yeah.
Is she was like, defend my honor, but I'm like, that's
But like what? He drove away.
brazen to be like, I'll eat your pussy.
Right.
That's also
To offer oral sex like that out of stoplight.
Most dudes would be like, I want to fuck you.
Hey
you
baby,
look good.
let me
to be like, I'll eat you out. I don't know his intentions.
I'm gonna eat
thereafter.
your pussy.
Yeah.
That is a bold.
Hey girl, I'm gonna eat your pussy. The second
How many times? Because he's got to drive around and do that.
I don't know. I like.
You think it ever works? Think there's just one girl that's like,
eventually, like, isn't that what all women?
I mean,
want?
if some like, what would you do? What would you do if like a solid like, let's say like a 6.5, 7 pulled up?
I'd do it.
It was like, hey, I want to suck your dick, handsome daddy.
Well, that was the other thing.
I don't know how women dirty talk. I've never been dirty talked.
Well, that was my second.
They're all
story.
completely silent while we're having sex.
My second story.
Angry.
I was driving with another ex of mine by my house. And
Ex-house? That's how I know this story is made up. Allegedly, you had a house and an ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, actually, it was my parents' house is what I'm thinking of. But we were in an apartment together.
My parents' house. Under the bridge. Box at the homeless.
But it was fucking Kishwaukee turned into like 3rd or whatever.
Ding!
And then this car pulled up next to us at a stoplight. A car full of like 5 women. And I'm driving. She's in the passenger seat. And they hollered at me crazy. They're like, hey, what are you doing? Looking all handsome driving, which is like just a fantastic statement.
When a woman
looking all handsome driving. Wow.
First of all,
didn't know I
my
could.
Confidence is here. What do you want from me, ma'am?
Yeah. And again, I just laughed a lot.
Right.
But they were leaning into it. They were like, where are you going? Who? And then someone in the back was like, he got a girl in the passenger seat. And one of them said, fuck that girl. And my ex lost her mind. Like, as soon as they went, it was one of those things where they're like, you just going to let that happen? You're like, what am I going to do? Excuse me, ladies. I have a woman in my life. I can't even entertain the thought of you talking about me. I was like, I feel fucking great, bitch. Like, I feel fucking incredible.
A car full of women just pulled up to me.
Can you not understand how this is big for me?
Like, if
this probably happens to you daily. Like, this never happens to me. You can't call men.
Yeah.
They're always going to be hyped.
Yeah, men are, because men don't get complimented enough. Women are like, I haven't been laid in a month. Oh, I'm going to kill myself.
Looking handsome, driving?
Wow.
Please,
thank you.
God.
Please compliment me.
I still ride off the high of that.
I haven't been complimented in 7 years by a woman.
That's what I mean. I'm still riding off that. That was like a decade ago.
Women
I like to drive around thinking I could still be handsome driving around, just no one points it out anymore.
Women are like, I haven't been complimented in 3 weeks. I must be hideous. I'm like, I haven't gotten a hug in 7 years, man. Like,
yeah, like you don't hear a woman just like, you're looking good today.
No woman has ever approached me and just been like, you look handsome today. Like, I would love that.
And I understand.
And now it's going to feel dirty if you fans do it, because I'm going to be like, you heard me say it. I don't want to ask for it. I just want you. It's like a blowjob. We don't want any of you fans. It's like a blowjob. I hate asking for a blowjob. I want you to do it because you want to see.
Happen
I want you to blow me because I want you to see me happy.
I want it to happen in fun scenarios. Like I wake up to it. I walk in the door from work like an old timey guy. You've made me my briefcase and you blow me.
I've made myself a banquet TV dinner with a crystal light to drink next to it, and I've sat down to watch diners, drive-ins, and dives. And you say I would like a trip to Flavortown, and you just blow me
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
I want you to be filling the dishwasher and blow me instead of fucking my 10-year-old son.
Yeah, while you're filling the dishwasher, while I'm still eating. Like, I can see it. This isn't one of those pornos where, like, he's hiding underneath the counter and I can't see it. Like, I can see him and hear him making hog noises while he's doing it.
Yeah.
Does he gotta make the pig noises while he fucks my wife?
I thought he was blowing me.
No, your son's not blowing you.
I'm sorry. I got distracted by books. I was like, did I read all of that book?
Do I know how to read?
I haven't read.
This is why we can't record in your room, because all the fun little things in here. You got to be distracted by the dungeon.
I don't finish books.
You need to be scared of the horror going on around you in the dungeon, so you're
streamlined and focused on the show. That's big. The dungeon.
You feel safe in here. That's the issue. We got to make you
safe.
You know what? I got to make you
feel.
You know what? I'm gonna jerk off in here. We're gonna see how safe you feel once I start jerking off in the middle of this episode.
No, that's a Patreon.
Patreon.com/dapperdads. Here, Slim jack off.
Yeah, and me cry.
And then you jack off while I cry.
Of course. We like to keep an even keel.
I mean, only even keel when you're on the boat, because you can get keel hauled on the boat.
I don't know what that means.
That's where they tie you to the
love to be on a boat.
That's where they tie you to the front of the boat, but not like the bottom.
And my tits
front.
are out like a mermaid?
Yeah, but then they like, it's called keel hauled because you get like drug on the rocks and like the barnacles and shit, and it like guts you. I don't know, man. Your guts just get absolutely fucked.
That's fine.
They just like hated people back in the day, and so they didn't have. No,
we still hate people the same way. We just are pussies now.
We're not pussies. We just have efficient.
To the front
we
of
have
a boat.
efficient ways of killing people. We have guns. You know, back in the day, they're like, how do we can't kill this fucker
when you
fast
tie
enough.
someone in the front of a boat. I don't have a boat.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
I don't even know if I can drive a boat.
The invention of the gun slowed down grisly murders because with a gun you can just take your anger and pop. But when you just have all that anger, you're like, I need to tie this motherfucker to a front of a boat and watch him get gutted. Because you don't have that instant gratification of, this man made me angry, now he's dead. You have time to sit there and think, like, how the fuck do I want this fucker to die?
True. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I just feel like
think about if the Salem witch, because yeah, you take all the imagination out of it. It's like how the cell phone ruined the debate at the bar. You know, because now people can just
hate that
because
so
now
much.
people are just like, oh, I'm gonna look. Oh, here's what it is, and then the conversation's over. You know, but it's like
we have one of those in the group, and it drives me crazy.
Yeah,
because I'm like, let's just live in this moment where Bob Barker could be dead.
Yeah, maybe he's dead. Maybe
and
he's
we
not.
can like appreciate him more because we think he's dead. If someone's like, no, he's alive still, then I don't care.
No, Wikipedia says he's alive. He was born on this day. In fact, he's currently. It's like no. Let me live in a world where I'm positive he's alive, but my buddy is positive he's dead.
Yeah, and I can't make bar bets about it.
Let me live in my life. Let me live in the world where my buddy is sure this is north.
Yeah, I used to be able to make up so much shit. It was like one of my big things.
Because what? You're not going to use the internet browser on your slider phone. That costs more money.
No, yeah, when you hit it, you just keep hitting the back.
Yeah, even though you see the little internet things connecting, you're like, no, don't do this.
You remember looking at shit through that? Like, that's such an antiquated thing. It's even hard to...
You remember texting on a QWERTY keyboard with the numbers? I got fast with that shit.
Yeah, like T9. Are you talking about QWERTY or T9?
No, I'm talking about like hitting like 2, 3 times to get a C.
The QWERTY
like
keyboards have like
times.
everything.
Yeah,
like I think that's like T9 or whatever.
Yeah, whatever the one where you had to do that. I remember fucking like having
shit.
an argument with my girlfriend in high school over that, and you're sitting there like passionately hitting buttons as fast as you can.
That's what, I had a BlackBerry, and I, like, loved it because it had that good keyboard, and I always remember I was at my old job one time, and I was in an argument with an ex, and I was, like, just going crazy, and someone from the opposite side of the break room goes, oh, he's in some shit, look at him text, and they're like, you know he's typing some shit, he did some shit, and I was like, damn.
Call me out like that.
You're never going to get that again where you just see someone like frantically with
you see
buttons.
it now where you see someone like really like intently looking at their phone, but you don't hear that.
Yeah, you don't feel like that.
Because that's when you had to make your paragraphs like mean some shit. Like now you're just constant. Kids today have the liberty of erasing everything and then rewriting it and doing everything else. We had to go back through with like the fucking arrow slider.
And I feel like that's when you like I don't use like you are. I'll just type the word.
Right,
you know
I was the same way.
But back in the day, you're like, for your info,
day.
Bitch. And I didn't use the I.
No, just BTCH.
Yeah, real confusing. And I'm like, stop fucking my 10-year-old son.
It means babe to chat, howdy.
Yeah, which we lost that too. You don't get to babe to chat howdy.
No, you don't get babe to chat howdies.
You don't get age, sex, location. I never learned that about anybody anymore.
Yeah, I don't get
ASL.
ASL.
I don't meet someone at the bar and I'm like, what's up? And they're like, good to meet you. I'm so-and-so's friend. And I'm like, age, sex, location. Then they're like, whoa, what a weirdo. Why do you say that to me? And I'm like, those are the three things I need to know about
your age, I need to know your sex, and I need to know where you're from.
Yeah. Those are the three most important things.
I'm trying to
I don't need to know your
passwords.
name. I just need to know your age, your sex, your location.
I remember when I was like probably 14 or 15. Same girl I broke up with had a fight over text with. I texted her so much that my mom turned the texting off the phone plan because like it wasn't on our phone plan and I racked up like a huge bill.
Yeah, back when that was the thing.
Yeah.
Like people don't even think about that.
Yeah,
Text used to be like 5 cents or something.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's fine. And then you
get the phone bill and I've done $200 worth of text.
Yeah.
And my mom's pissed and she shuts it off on my phone, which is a thing you could do back in the day. And then I went to, I've never forgiven her for this, but I also don't think I've ever told her this. So does that count? So I went to Guitar Center, and there was this girl that worked there who was like my buddy there. I don't even remember her name now. This was like 10, 12 years ago.
Real good buddies.
Real good buddies. But back in the day, like I would always go in there and she'd be like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Here to buy more strings? And I'm like, yeah, I just keep breaking them. And she was
too strong, they say.
She knew the guy who was like the current touring bassist in Suicide Silence, and I was like obsessed with them at the time. And I was like wearing a Suicide Silence shirt, and she's like, "Oh, you fuck with them?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're like my favorite band in the world right now." And she's like, "Oh, I know this guy." She's like, "I'm friends with him." She's like, "Do you want me to text him for you?" I'm like, "And say what?" She's like, "I don't know. Do you want to just say hi?"
This
I'm like,
horny child is
this horny giant child
exists.
is pumped. It listens to your music and he's pumped. And so she was like, yeah, I'll text him really quick and just be like, hey, I'm here with a kid. He's a real huge fan of yours. He just wanted to say hi. And he did that. And then apparently he texted me like a big thing saying like, hey, bro, thanks for listening to the band. And like sent me a picture of him about to go on stage. And I didn't get it. Because then I met him 3 weeks later when they came to the Metro Center, and he was like, oh, because I like saw that girl at the show, and she's like, oh, come on, they're going to do a meet and greet. And we went to do the meet and greet. And so I'm like, fangirl, and I'm like freaking out because me, I got way too excited.
Yeah.
And like, I went up to meet everybody and I like shook his hand, and she's like, this is the kid you texted. He's like, oh, did you get the text I sent you? And I had to be like, yeah, for sure, man. It was really cool.
It was really rad.
It was awesome. It was so cool, bro. He's like, yeah, man, thanks for being a fan. He like took a picture with me and everything. He's like, thanks, man. Really cool to meet you. And I'm just like, cool, Mom. Now I have to go home and be mad forever.
Yeah. And you stood above her with a knife while she
I'm at my mom's funeral someday. I'm like, yeah, my mom was a good lady, except for that one time.
Long story.
Long story.
Suicide Silence, right? Any Suicide Silence?
Suicide Silence when Mitch Luker was still alive and wasn't killed in that horrific motorcycle accident. Rest in power, Mitch.
I'm like, woo! But this is a woo out of solidarity, not a woo out of being into the band.
I remember Mitch Luker turns into a thing for him. I'm like, R.I.P. Mitch. I remember when I met you.
Yeah.
And I said, thank you for putting your arm around me because I know you were germaphobe and didn't like touching people.
Moment of silence for Mitch.
Like,
your mom was named Mitch?
No, fuck you, dude. Why are you being so disrespectful to Mitch Luker?
No, his mom wasn't named Mitch. She has a really fun name to me. I feel like I brought this up
can
to
we
you
not say my mom's name?
I'm not going to say it, but it's a fun name.
It is a fun name, yeah.
See, I brought it up to you before, and you're like, it's just my mom's name. And I'm like, that's a fucking fun name.
Well, because the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, you don't. I've met like two other people with my mom's name.
It's like a magical name.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
I've met two other people, and each time
Call
I tell them.
Call 4027-DAPPER if you think you know what Slim's mom's
If you text me my mom's name, I'm going to hunt you down and fuck you in your house.
You can't just know it. You have to guess. It's magical.
Yes. If you know it, if you text me my mother's name, I'm blocking the number and then *68ing it, and then I'm coming to your house to fuck you.
You can guess my mom's too, but it's not magical. It's also sometimes a man's name,
Debbie.
but not like
Deborah.
Not like that.
Kim?
Yeah, see, it's one of those where you're like, it shouldn't actually.
I know a man named Kim, and he's weird.
That's what I mean. It's like it can be a man's name, but it shouldn't.
He's one of those.
Why
dudes,
did it happen?
He's one of those dudes that like has those long pauses, like when you're talking to him, and you're like, "Is the conversation done, or are we gonna keep going?" You know? And then he's like staring at you during the pause, and you're like, "Did I say something really fucked up?" And then he keeps
going.
He
just really has to think about.
But like his face looks mad.
Yeah.
And so you're like, did I piss you off? But then like he keeps going, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, little buddy. There's creatures in this dungeon.
Yeah. Odin's here.
Hi, Odie.
You want to be on the video?
Yes. Yeah, see if you can see it on the video. You might see a little.
Too low.
Yeah, you might see a tail. Good boy.
Come here, fatty.
Riveting content.
Come here, fatty.
Come here, fatty.
That's why you gotta watch the video.
Big fat boy. Yeah, show the big fat boy on video. Look at this guy. Look at this guy in the video. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yeah, have him make a little belly noise.
You're a very loud cat, so it's crazy.
Make a noise. He doesn't like being put on the spot.
Yeah, I'm the same. You're like your dad.
You're a guest on the show, buddy.
Yeah, you're one of the few guests we've had. None of the guests.
I don't think we've ever had a guest on the main show. He's our first guest. Wow, people have been gunning for that spot for years, and now they lose it to Odie. Yeah, I'm sure they can
watch the video.
Yeah,
there's a big fat cat.
The black.
Odin.
Oh, and then here comes Riley.
Shit. Everybody is showing up.
Riley.
He never comes out for strangers.
Hey, Riley. How you doing?
You're a stranger to him.
Oh, how you doing,
we're covered in cats.
Yeah, we got a lot of cats.
No
the vibe in this episode is great. Can I just say that?
That's what I was like. We should do it here because I feel like it'll switch some shit up. We thought the new dungeon would change it up enough, but
I want all the kitties. Come here.
We need to fuck.
Oh, we need to fuck?
Sorry.
You're scared.
I hate
they
when
all
you
just run out.
say it. Yeah, we need to. They run out like they know. And
They
you're
know
like,
what's going to
you fuck
happen.
Guys
They're like, Dad jacks off in here a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst. Have you ever, like, been jerking off and then there's an animal shows up and you're like, God damn.
Yeah, the best was when,
or
like...
fucking and your dog wants to jump on the bed or
yeah,
something.
that's happened.
Dude,
please, when
please give me, like, not even a minute, dude.
My first major girlfriend that I lived with, like the first girl I ever lived with, we got a dog because that's what you do. You
major.
move major.
my first major. She was a major. Her name was Major. 3 majors. Because the last name was Major, so they called him Major, and then he became a major in the army, so he's Major. Admitted that it's a him. Powerful.
Listen, you know what?
Important to finally get here.
You know
See,
what?
This
You're
is
young.
The kind of vibe. You're
young.
Talk about how you fuck dudes.
I've never fucked a dude. I've kissed dudes though. I will kiss dudes. I'll put that out there.
Would you jerk a dude off?
For how much money?
Just cause.
Just because?
Would you jerk a homie off?
You know, if it really was
if I'm super drunk and I'm like, it's not going to take care of itself.
I'd be like, first of all, that's a really slutty way to present it to me.
It's not my first rodeo.
Can you like warm me up a little bit? Can you like, because you wouldn't go
How do I walk you into this?
You wouldn't go to a woman you respect and be like, it's not gonna jerk itself.
If I'm drunk enough to ask you to masturbate me,
whoa, I don't like you calling it by the medical term.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna masturbate you. Then what's the medical term for masturbation? If it's not masturbation.
Hold on, I have it. What is it? It's the old.
It's
squeezing the spinach can.
Shooting yogurt from your purple-headed yogurt slinger.
Yeah, the redundancy of shooting yogurt
from your purple-headed yogurt slinger. Slimmer yogurt slimmer. That's what I call him. I call him my purple-headed yogurt slimmer. Ladies, would you like some purple-headed yogurt slimmer with that order?
You wouldn't.
Don't eat at my restaurant if you're a woman. Only men should come here.
The only
every
woman
dude
who
is
should
like,
be
this
eating
food
that,
is salty and delicious. I'm like, have some more.
The only woman that should be eating that is your second wife before she fucks your kid.
Because my first wife never did it, and that's why I married the second wife. Because
once you get married, they stop sucking the dick.
You get married, they hate that you have a dick, and it's just the same old dick, and they want different dick, and then your son.
No one wants to suck a dick.
Led. No one wants to ever suck dick. I wish women would just admit it that they never want to suck dick. Nobody. Would that
make it better for you?
Nobody likes sucking dick.
Of course.
Nobody likes doing it.
I think there's a small percentage.
It's a bullshit lie when girls are like, I get wet from sucking dick. It's like, no, you don't. You don't. Nobody can like it. I'm 4027 Dapper. Prove me wrong.
This isn't no, we don't need these.
Yeah, this is how we're 4027 Dapper. Prove to me that you like sucking dick. I refuse to believe that anyone enjoys it.
Big call to arms here.
Big cap. I don't think anyone likes sucking dick.
Tremendous cap.
Tiny cap. Nobody likes sucking dick. No cap. Nobody likes sucking dick.
I was gonna say something, but now I'm caught up in all the...
No, first of all, I feel like I would jerk you off, but you got to present it to me better than that.
What do you want? Like,
I don't know.
I'm
romance me a little bit.
You want romance, or you want me to be straight up with you?
I mean, straight up feels dirty. Straight up is like I can't get anything else. I need my homie to jack me off. Like that's what straight up feels like.
I would prefer if someone came
Set
to me like
with
that,
a better
then I would be like...
Okay, so how do you feel if I come to you and I'm like, it ain't gonna jack? Okay, hotel room, Minneapolis, 3 days. We're leaving the next morning. You wake up to take a piss. You wake up. You come back from the bathroom. I'm kind of sitting on the edge of the bed. It's out. Like it is just.
Oh, you're already doing it?
No, like it's just out. Like I'm hard.
It's just out and hard.
I have sat on the edge of your bed to present myself. I'm sitting here. Okay, fine. I'm sitting here wrapped up in a blanket, and you can see it like tenting the blanket.
Not like that.
And I'm like, hey, it's not gonna. Well, then what? Do you want me to come up to you limp and be like, it's not gonna jack itself, or do you want me to present my hard? Because clearly, if you see this thing throbbing and like red, you're like, there's something here that needs to get taken care of. Like,
you to me cannot say it's not gonna jerk itself
then
off.
Why
or
can
whatever.
You disrespect me like that?
I feel like I'm more tender. I can pitch that like better.
Passionately?
Yeah.
Tender or like literally tender? Like I got to jerk you off easier.
I don't know.
Are you saying
I think I would want you to jerk me off easier than you jerk yourself off? Because you seem overly aggressive in most aspects of life.
You'd be surprised.
All right.
Give myself a little bit of tender loving on it.
Yeah, you have
Call
said
my
you
hand
like to
easy loving.
jerk off really lightly.
Lighter strokes, bigger loads.
So-
Try it out. 4027 Dapper. Let me know your results.
Stop calling the number. We're getting so confused on what you're calling about.
Dapper Dad's
Sucking dick. It's jerking off
dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know your
Yeah.
results from lighter strokes, and let us know the conditions in which you would jerk a homie off.
Yeah.
Because we're having a hard time. Because, like, okay, can't you just be like, hey, man, look, I know we've joked about this before, but, like,
I don't want the preamble. That'll make it too
I don't see.
serious.
Okay, yeah, I don't need a lot of preamble.
like-
but if I'm
my-
jerking you off, this is a serious thing.
My thing is, we would both have to be super drunk. I feel like
Yeah.
if I'm super drunk, this is going to sound crazy, but if I'm super drunk and for some reason, I'm trying to think, I feel like there is a scenario where I could fathom doing this.
Okay.
It's not usually you.
Thank
But like
you.
a homie, I feel like I could see
Okay,
it.
you and me.
Yeah. if
How
it's
could we do
us.
this?
I feel like if we both have to be hammered, and I don't know what the wording is. That's the biggest thing. It's definitely like, it's not going to jerk itself off. That's not going to work for me.
I can't just
Call
come up
me a
and rub it
prude.
on you.
No, for sure can't do that. I'm going to punch that.
Well, then what do I do? Like, see you from across the room and, like, you see it bulging out of my pants?
I
and
feel like it has to not be hard.
So what do I do? Give you the look from across the room, like at an after party?
I feel like, no, you're building this up in crazy.
Because, like, I'm
scenarios.
trying to, because, like,
I feel like you
Well,
have
then
to-
how does it organically come up, like, in the moment? Like, okay.
I feel like we both have to be hammered.
Okay, so we're back at the hotel. We've been drinking in the sun for
Yeah.
like 19
We're both
hours.
super drunk.
So drunk.
And I feel like it would.
We're like
for
8 out of 10 drunk.
Listen to me. For me, I feel like it would have to be like you really like having like almost a breakdown of being like, I just can't not for some reason. Maybe not saying not for sure.
What if, like,
saying not.
I just haven't, like, gotten laid in a minute?
Yeah, if you're like, I just haven't gotten
Like, I
laid,
haven't been touched by
I can't
another
even
person
jerk
in a
off.
long
I'm
time.
so depressed. I feel like that's how
Why
you
does
would
me
lean.
being sad gotta lead to it? Why can't
that
it just,
makes sense.
Why
Like,
can't
you
it
know
just
what I
be
mean?
like a we're just being passionate in like a moment kind of
Because I don't want to.
You know,
I can't be
like we
passionate.
can't just like look at each other like when
No,
the
that's
other
a
two
whole
have
nother
gone to
thing.
bed and then like
If
we're
we're
just
both
jerking
just
each other off.
passionate about it, then
Like,
this will
You've
continue.
gone to the
this
ba-
will be a thing.
They're
in the
asleep.
future.
They're asleep. You're taking a piss. I can't sleep because I'm so horny. You're in the bathroom. I hear you washing your hands. I give a light little knock. Open the door. I'm looking at you all sheepishly, like, hey, you know, like.
That's not how it works for me.
Okay. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out the
I feel
scenario.
like if you tell me you've been like so sad, I feel like the sadness has a big thing. Like
So,
you
like,
have to sell it to me like
Where
I need
are we when I'm
this.
talking to you about this set? Are we like outside
It
on
can
a bench?
No, it can
Are we
still
like,
be in
we're like
the hotel
inside
room.
somewhere? So like
Yeah.
we're in a hotel
I feel like
room.
it should still be in the hotel.
Okay, so we're in a hotel.
It's gotta
Everybody else
come
has gone to bed.
It's got to be easy for me to jerk you off, like moments away. You know what I mean? I can't. Because do you ever have it where you're like, you're downstairs on the couch, you're making out, you're like, let's go fuck or whatever shit you say, something better than that.
Yeah,
but then the move from like the couch to like your
it takes
bedroom,
away the ambiance.
there's something got
You lose
lost
something in there. Lost in
translation,
translation,
and you're
yeah.
like, ah, fuck, I wish we could have had like
What we had on
making
the couch
out, yeah,
in
like
here.
you're making out and you're like rubbing each other over the
You're all
jeans.
fat and you're out of
Your
breath from the
jeans
walk
are-
to the bedroom
your
now.
jeans are causing friction, and it's beautiful. And then you take it, and then you gotta like undress, and it's a whole to do. So you lose. It's lost.
You lose the moment. You lose your boner
So I
because
mean,
you're
I'm not gonna be
walking,
outside
like,
at that picnic table smoking cigarettes with you, and you're like jerk me off, and I'm like I'm down, and then I have to
mean,
walk
obviously
up
I'm
to the
presenting
room.
it better
I have
than
to
that.
walk up 3 stories to room 322. And then jerk you off, like it's not gonna happen.
No, yeah,
It's
like
gotta
that's
be
not
right
gonna
there. I
happen,
have to
yeah.
be able to reach.
So you're gonna. So
or
like,
we're
okay,
listening to sad songs in the car ride home, and you just give me a wink. We're both like tearing up about a song, and I just
Okay,
jerk
let's say
you
this.
off. No questions asked. You don't even bring it up.
You've been getting the vibe that I've been sad. Like something's not right, and like from the way I've been talking, it's about my
This
sex life.
sounds normal, yeah.
Okay, so like my
That's
sex
awesome.
life is kind of off. Like something's not going on. I'm not getting touched per usual, and because nobody wants this.
Yeah.
And we're driving back somewhere. You're riding passenger side. I'm crying to a sad song. Like Swim is playing, and like I'm crying to that verse I always cry
It's not
to.
sad enough.
Okay. Solo.
No, that's not sad at all, really, in the grand scheme. of
Self control.
things. No, that's too. That'll ruin self. Because
Twin
it's gotta be.
size
It's
mattress?
gotta be a song I'm willing to like depart from, because like every time I hear that song, I'm gonna think of jerking you off. I think it might be better if we just not do the music.
Yeah, I feel like
'Cause I'm
music
never
is
gonna
gonna
be able to
ruin
hear
it.
this song.
So a silent hand job in a car?
Not in the car. Let's go back from the car. I just for some reason
I'm
felt
just trying
like
to
the
figure
car
out
made
where
more
exactly.
sense. But
Yeah,
then,
because it does, because then we're like next
so I
to
feel
each
like
other.
I can just reach over.
Like, yeah, you can just like put your hand on my thigh, and then I kind of lean into it a little bit, and then it organically happens.
God, this is getting so homoerotic.
I'm just trying to figure out how it works.
I know.
Like, I mean, I don't know, man.
But I don't
like,
want you to be taking notes and try to fool me with the
listen,
boner.
man, if I haven't fooled you with a boner at this point in our friendship, it's not going to happen.
You've hidden them from me.
I mean, of course I'm going to hide them from you. You want to see them?
No.
Yeah.
I feel like if I seen your penis, it would like ruin my life.
I feel like if we saw each other's penises, it would ruin our lives.
I was talking to someone about this, and yeah, I feel like there's like if I saw your dick, it would actually like cause like an issue for me in my head between our friendship.
Why?
Depending on how it was presented.
What if it was an accident?
Like
you
what?
caught me changing, like
that,
out of a swimsuit
that wouldn't be
or
as
something.
bad. I still like wouldn't.
What if you walked in and I was getting blown like full hard, like girls
If you're
blowing
getting
me,
girls blowing you, I feel
and like
I
the
can
angle's
completely-
like this? It's like you see like.
I feel like
But
if
then, like,
there's-
she spins around because the door's open, but she's still jacking me for some
I
reason.
feel like if there's a
Real
girl
nasty.
if there's a girl involved in the sex act to you, then I can completely like negate.
Okay,
the
so
whole
you
thing.
walk in and I'm just jerking off like this.
That would suck a lot. Like
Yeah.
that would definitely.
I mean,
like,
it would suck if I walked in on you jacking
But
off
I
like
feel
that,
like
but
that
it
would
wouldn't change our
definitely-
friendship.
I feel like it would for me.
See, it wouldn't for
seeing
me
it.
because I mean, like, whatever, bro. I mean, like,
If I
it
saw your
sucks.
hard dick without like a woman involved, I feel like it would really like.
I mean,
just
like,
would,
I'm not
I would
saying it
fixate
wouldn't
on
suck,
I
but
feel
I'm
like I
saying,
wouldn't be able to get over.
see,
it.
I wouldn't get over it, and
Even
like I
your
joke about
flaccid
it a
dick.
lot.
If you were pissing,
You don't want to see my flaccid dick.
If you were pissing and I seen it, or you were changing and I happened to see it, and it maybe was I shouldn't have looked. Those things I can like come to terms with. If I
But if
saw,
you
your
like turned
hard
around a corner
penis,
and I like had my hard cock out of my jeans,
yeah, it would
Like, that would change
That
things.
would probably ruin everything.
Ooh,
Your
the
hard cock
blue
out
je-
of your jeans,
the blue jeans,
like in the out of the zipper.
like out of the zipper, like
No,
buttons
I
still
would have
clasped,
to feel
belt
like I gotta
still
kill
on.
you.
If a man,
definitely
if a
can't,
man
like,
presents you his
come
penis
back
and
from
balls
that.
out of a pair of blue jeans, do not fucking.
Oh, and your
ladies.
your
Big
balls
tip.
too.
Balls and penis out of the blue jeans. Balls cramming around the zipper. It hurts. Like, it is not comfortable.
No, I can't have this.
No,
this
none
is
of
crazy.
this. Can't have like. Shouldn't be presenting your dick in jeans. First of all, I think.
No, I mean, I think there's a space for it. It's just very.
I mean, there's
specific.
room for it, but like, I don't think it should be happening. I'm against it.
Yeah,
I think
it
I think the only
depends.
thing worse than presenting your penis in blue jeans is Donald Duck in it,
Probably.
or Garlic Joe in it, as we've come to call it on the show.
That's the bigger one.
I cannot find Garlic Joes anywhere. I find Hot Mamas. I find Sour Sisses. I find Big
I
Papas.
have to piss, and I'm not going to pause it. I want you to do this.
What do you want me to do? Just keep going?
Run with it, because the bathroom's right there, so this will only take me a moment.
All right, I'm just going to keep talking about how I can't find Garlic Joes because here's the thing. Now, if you've never seen a Garlic Joe before, he's really just working out, just crunching dumbbells with a tiny little tank on. No pants, absolutely no pants. And really, as I started thinking about it, I realized that all of these pickle characters, none of them have pants. Sour Sis isn't wearing pants. Garlic Joe's not wearing pants. Hot Mama's not wearing pants. Big Daddy's definitely not wearing pants. But why am I getting a pickle at a gas station called a Big Papa anyway? You know? I wonder if that's where Biggie got the inspiration for I love it when you call me Big Papa. It's because he was munching on one of them pickles. Here's a fun trick for you kids. If you've never had a peppermint pickle, get one of them big ass pickles from the gas station, bite into it, stick a peppermint stick inside, boom, you got yourself a peppermint pickle. Or if you want to go on a real wild thing, get a Hot Mama, wrap it in cotton candy, then you got yourself a cotton candy pickle. Don't bash it until you try it. And don't tell me you're one of these motherfuckers that's out here that's not drinking the juice out of the bag when you get the pickle from the gas station. Don't be one of these fucking monsters that's dumping the brine on the ground. You got to drink the juice, then you eat the pickle very loudly and noisily in the car with your friends who hate pickles so that it smells.
Yeah, it reeks of pickles.
Yeah, it just reeks of pickles.
In back, that was a fantastic piss.
There was no dead air.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. I only heard the first bit, and then I peed so loud I couldn't hear anything.
Well, there's going to be a lot of bits about pickles you're going to hear when you go back and edit this.
That's fine. I'll skip over it.
Yeah, it's
it was
fine.
pretty quick.
We're just going to
There's
skip
just
over
the
everything.
bathroom right there.
He's just going to cut out the pickle talk. And then, holy God, you shouldn't have done that into the mic.
Yeah, I shouldn't have.
Wow, that's a spike if I've ever seen it.
Big spike.
And I've caused some big spikes in my lifetime. Some may say the biggest spikes, actually.
Probably, yeah. You've screamed some things that shouldn't have been screamed.
I mean, I'm the master.
You hooted and hollered into the microphone.
I hooted and hollered into a girl's ass, and I was told not to do that anymore.
Yep. I was gonna say something.
Big oof when you're hooting and hollering into girls' pussies outside the room.
It'll hoot and holler back. Let me tell you.
Careful for who the pussy hoot and hollers. It hoot and hollers for thee.
For whom the hoot and holler.
For whom the pussy hoot and hollers. Where's that? For whom the pussy hoot and hollers.
We gotta run it by him.
Hollers. That's what they change it to.
Let me see it.
And then he's like, you can never replace me, until he's at that Australian festival in 2004 and jumps off a helicopter and disappears.
I don't know what's going on.
It was like Download Festival in 2004. They flew Metallica in on a helicopter to do their set, and there was 300,000 people there to see Metallica. And Lars jumps out of the helicopter as it's landing into the crowd and just disappears, and they can't find him anywhere.
Wow.
And so they're like, "What? How are we going to do this show? We don't have a drummer." And so they got drummers from all these different bands that were playing that day. And they were like, "Do you guys know Metallica songs?" And they're like, yeah. And they're like, "Well, guess what? You're in Metallica." And so they had Dave Lombardo from Slayer and Joey Jordison from Slipknot, people you would expect. They weren't you in the crowd. Do you know any Metallica songs?
The guy that Lars jumped into.
Did you absorb any of Lars' playing powers when he jumped into the crowd? I think I did.
I just absorbed being a huge asshole.
I just absorbed being a huge asshole that loves to sue
I want to
people.
ruin Napster. He's got it. He's got.
I'm gonna ruin Spotify.
Give him one at least. The song one, not one song. One well, yeah, it's the make or break. He's got 7 minutes before it happens. We'll totally fix it.
It's fine. He can warm up. We're not gonna mic his drums anyway.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Should we? We had some submissions.
Should we
want to look at it?
Maybe carefully look them up.
Carefully. Nothing's careful here.
Nothing's careful here in this dungeon, baby. We got pussy running around. Oh.
Never looked at it on here.
No, we don't have the monitor. The monitor's forsaken us.
R.I.P. the monitor.
Oh my god.
I don't know
why is that the first thing that comes up?
I don't know.
Get that man's facial hair away from me.
All right. Fuck, this is a weird setup.
Yeah, stretch.
We have one other submission that we'll save for the next episode, which is totally a week after this one. Don't even worry.
We're just
wearing the same clothes and we're also still here.
It's chill.
This one comes from Bab Saget.
Bab Saget?
Bob Saget. Did I say Bab?
You said Bab.
Bab.
Hey, Babs. Bab Saget.
Bab Saget. The email is
Saget. Suck it, Bab Saget at suckit@saget.sag.
Suck this sag at drippin.com.
I respect the email at the very least.
Hard to read. All right, it says, damn, y'all thirsty for some submissions? As we said, we had asked for them.
Okay.
I don't like to be pointed
Yeah,
out
I don't
about
like people to be
Please,
rude.
Listeners, right now, submit to us.
And don't be rude dicks about it like this motherfucker.
Just because, so we don't have to ask.
Just because you can.
We were just saying we've missed them because we're in person now.
Yeah, and we would like to answer your questions in person where we can see each other's faces.
And it says, well, thirst your quench all over this bench of I don't give a fuck. Thirst your quench.
On this bench.
I want you to think about, thirst your quench.
On this bench.
No, I just want you to think about the first part.
Thirst
your quench, not quench your thirst.
Thirst your quench.
It says, JK, just giving y'all shit. I love you guys still. Hope y'all are doing well. And I'm glad you guys are able to record in the same room again. Here's my question. What's something you will always insist on doing yourself no matter how frustrating it is? Something that your pride will not let anyone else do. For me, it's cleaning my car. I will always go to the do-it-yourself wash and spend half an hour washing my car. I wind up spending more money than if I just went to an automated wash or went to an actual place for it. But I do not care. It is a source of pride, and I will never I will never go anywhere to wash my car. Something you won't let other people do.
I honestly... The one thing I thought of because I was trying to think, because I'm lazy as shit. I'm like, I'll let everybody else do everything for me. But I'm really particular about when I'm cooking in the kitchen. Like, I don't want anyone else in there with me. Like, I don't want anyone helping me. I don't want anyone doing anything to the food. I don't even like leaving the food alone. Like, I don't even like going to like take a piss while there's food cooking because I'm like, what if somebody fucks with this while I'm gone?
If someone fucks it,
or I come in and somebody's fucking my lasagna, and I'm like,
oh,
bro,
yeah. Especially a lady.
it's not even warmed up yet. She's
a lady that you yell bro at.
Yeah, she's trying. Yeah, because if a girl comes into my house and I see her grinding on my pan of lasagna, trying to slide it like a credit card up and down her pussy, I am gonna call her bro and tell her to stop fucking my lasagna.
Of course.
At that point, the woman has commanded my respect enough for me to call her bro, because she is on the ground snailing it into my lasagna. Yeah, she's got knees down, ass
should
up.
be in the oven, am I right?
Knees down, ass up, lips in the lasagna. Like, that's the way I like to eat my lasagna. Call me Garfield, because I hate Mondays, and your ass is about to be Mondays.
R.I.P. John.
R.I.P. John. He's been dead all this whole time. And then Garfield dies at the end of the show. Isn't that what happens?
The strip.
The strip.
Yeah, the show.
Yeah, the TV show. He just
he died in the child's cartoon pretty graphically.
Yeah, and
we all had to see it.
He opened a wall on that post office, and the cops came and blew his brains out.
He wanted suicide by
Stuck
cop.
his gun in that female post officer, and he was like, "I can do this. I'm God. I hate Mondays."
Yeah, I hate
They started waving her around.
He did it on a Monday.
So strong.
Of course.
Yeah, because he was high on angel dust, and he shoved a gun inside a female cop that he overpowered.
Heroes.
Garfield, our hero, that overpowered a lady cop.
Yeah.
Garfield, our Lord and Savior, who overpowered the police, stuck guns in them, and then blew his own brains out through the cop.
That's powerful. Let's say.
Can you imagine?
That's a day-by-day calendar I would love to tear away.
Just the raw footage of Garfield with his gun in the cop, and then he blows his brains out as he blows the cop's guts out. Can you imagine? Doesn't blow her guts out, shoots her through the ass and paralyzes her. Blows his brains out. She has to carry the scars, and she's in court crying to Odie about how she deserves money and thinks from
Odie's
Garfield's
too emotionally fragile.
Yeah, because
obviously,
but she's such a bitch. Everybody's like, you can't countersue Odie just because Garfield killed himself through your back.
He's also medically retarded,
right? So it's like, but she's still.
Medically.
It's kind of like how Yellow Card kept suing Juice WRLD after he died. They like went after his mother.
Yeah, it's real.
And everyone's like, this is real bad taste. You know, she's like still going after Odie, and they're like, wow. She's gonna sue the mentally challenged dog after his only friend went crazy and blew his brains out in a cop. After his medically retarded she's gonna go after his medically retarded best friend after he blew his brains out while his gun was inside of a cop. And
I feel
John
like the
died.
friendship wasn't even.
It was never even, but I mean, like Odie always he was kind of like it's like of Mice and Men. He was kind of stupid and like didn't realize what a bad guy Garfield was. You know, he's just like. He's just like, I love you. I love you, Garfield.
We love it in a Mice and Men scenario.
Who doesn't love a good of Mice and Men?
If I had to pick something that I would do myself because I don't want someone else to do it, it'd probably be fucking my wife.
Yeah, that's a good one to pick.
My hot wife.
You're just the second hot wife, though. My ex-wife, my ex-wife can be with whoever she wants. We're not together anymore. I understand that.
I'm just gonna judge her.
I'm always gonna love her. And
Mark will never be good enough.
Mark will never be good enough, and I wish it was still me. But since it can't be me, and we have a good relationship for my 10-year-old huge hogged son, I will go ahead and take the second wife. Just so I'm not so lonely and horny and not have a belly full of eggshells.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't know what I do that I wouldn't let people do. I feel like I'll let people do damn near everything.
Yeah, right? Like, do anything for me. Like, will someone do something for me?
Yeah.
Well, something you don't let other people do. Deposit my paycheck. Like, spend my money. Like.
Yeah. I feel like I probably do have things. I just don't actually think of them. Yeah.
It's going to come up over the next week. You and I are going to text each other and be like, oh my God, I hate it when someone tries to do this.
Yeah, I hate it when someone tries to touch my butthole while I'm sleeping.
I hate it while
It should only be me.
I hate it when I'm floating in a pond and a gigantic catfish tries to eat my ass.
Yeah, that is one of the worst.
It's one of my biggest pet peeves is big fish eating my ass.
Yeah. And you don't know until it happens.
You never know until it happens. It happens when you're noodling and shitting in the river at the same time, and then the catfish jumps on the shit coming out of your ass and just suctions onto your butt, and then there's a comical film reel of you running around with a catfish stuck to your butt screaming, get it off, get it off, get it off. Yeah.
Or it just tries to mouth your butt and you scream like a girl and you hate that happens.
And then somebody takes the sound loop of you screaming like a girl and makes it into one of those auto-tune remixes they used to do back in the day. Oh my God, there's a fish on my ass.
Yeah.
And
If you fucking listeners couldn't tell, we've been in water together and fishes try to eat our butts.
A lot recently because they were like, get out of the water. You're not socially distancing from us. And we're like, you're fish. You can't catch coronavirus from my ass.
And we're just drunk and...
We're just putting our butts on everything.
Drinking and floating and trying to smoke cigarettes in the water.
And it's hard because your hands are wet. Because it's like, I feel like we need to wear gloves.
Yeah, well, you just got to let your hands dry, and then you're, like, not out of the water.
How would you feel if we were in the water, but we brought rubber gloves to wear while we smoked cigarettes?
I feel like it's not that important. I feel like I'll just let my hands dry.
You need a smoking glove is what you need.
Oh, I'd love a goddamn smoking glove.
With the smoking...
Now you're talking my fucking alley.
You need the trifecta.
You're talking my alley.
You're talking up my alley. You're thirsting my quench.
You're thirsting my quench. You're shouting down my alley. You're hooting and hollering.
There's a lot of Dick Malaki, if you want my personal opinion.
I mean, it's hard to say.
I mean, it's no fucking...
Uh-huh. You got it.
Fucking...
Bring it.
Guy of Dubuque or whatever. The sheriff of Dubuque?
Yeah. You're talking about Jay
Wickham?
Wickham.
Yep. We'll look him up. He's a real guy.
Him.
He's a real guy. He owes us a life debt.
Hey, yeah. Go fucking...
Go to Jay Wickham's Facebook page.
Yeah. Tell him the Dapper Dads
sent you.
Yeah.
And then when he's like...
Tell him he got wood from the Dapper Dads because that's super
so
true.
Funny.
That's
it's
literally
so true.
Exactly what happened.
That's the only thing he got from us.
Tell him the fucking... What was he?
He was like the county board, like...
Find Jay Wickham.
They were
Iowa.
like, he's the Rahm Emanuel of Dubuque County.
Yeah, which is a big statement.
Which is a big statement for a bunch of dudes that can care less.
Rahm Emanuel sucks. So yeah, go tell Jay Wickham from Iowa that
the Dapper Dads gave him wood, and you heard about it.
It's entirely accurate.
We get a cease and desist from the desk of
We're
Jay
not saying
Wickham.
he seemed like
we're not saying anything wrong.
We gave him wood.
He'd probably laugh.
Legitimately gave him wood.
We gave him wood. It happened.
For free. I don't know. He
free
just
wood for Jay Wickham.
Nowhere, asked for it. We gave him wood. We're men of the people.
What happens at the cabin stays at the cabin.
Yeah,
you know.
But except for when we have to elaborate on.
Except for when we have to elaborate on.
Jay Wickham. It's like John. What did that guy?
John
say?
Wick with an.
Oh yeah.
It's like John Wick, but with an at the end. Wickham.
Like John Wick with a.
And then I made a steakum joke, and I don't think that guy ever had a steakum, but he seemed old enough to have a steakum.
Very old. Also, I hate that guy because...
Also, I hate this man that I had a 30-second interaction with.
One of my biggest things is people will be like, where are you from?
And it's like, first of all...
You say where you're living, right? Yeah. If someone's like, where are you from? You say where you live. Yeah. Well, yeah, you technically don't live where you were born.
Yeah.
But you would say where you live.
Yeah.
Right? And then he was like, oh, I'm from...
Portland.
But then he was like, I don't live there. I don't give a fuck.
I don't get that.
You know what I mean?
Right. Like when you say where you guys from, I assume you mean like where do I live now?
Where did I come from to get here?
Yeah.
To the point
and you're a stranger,
me.
So I'm going to tell you a lie. I'm not going to tell you the city I'm in.
Yeah. Which is exactly what you did. But yeah, you don't say, if someone's like, where are you from? I wouldn't say, if I was born in Michigan, I wouldn't be like, I'm from Detroit.
Well, people tend to leave us alone when we say we're from Chicago.
Yeah, but sometimes I had it one time when I was in Florida at that resort.
And you were like, I'm from Chicago. And they're like, oh, what neighborhood?
No, I never say Chicago. I don't say I'm from Chicago because I have pride in where I'm from. And I feel like so many people from Rockford will be like, I'm from Chicago.
I just say Chicago because I don't like explaining to people Rockford.
Makes more sense. I'll always still say Rockford. But I said near Chicago when I was in Florida because I didn't feel like dealing with it. And then the person was like, where? And I didn't understand. I sometimes have this happen in my brain where I like feel like I've said a statement that is just like closed. And then when someone's like, where? And I could not. They had to say it like 5 times. And I had to like look at my girl and be like, what's happening? I don't know why this happens sometimes.
Where like your brain just doesn't comprehend what's going on.
Yeah, comprehend the question. Because it's simply like, it's not enough of a question. It's just a retort like, where?
Right.
And I thought like near Chicago. Because they ended up being like from Chicago, like a neighborhood in Chicago. And I was like, oh shit. And I said like where we're at now. But it was one of those things where you look like you're literally retarded. So
right.
Like, what? And they're like, where? And you're like, what? And I'm like, where? And I remember looking over, and she was like, "Are you retarded?" And I was like, "Yeah,
I guess
I've also
am.
been drinking for hours. Can someone explain to me
What the word where means?
Is that what's happening here?
Could someone tell me why?
This is crazy.
Why this fucking stranger is so persistent about my location?
I had it with
I've been drinking so much that I close my eyes and I see infinity
I just
symbols,
have it
okay?
sometimes. I feel like it's like the who, what, when, where. If that happens after...
Is this guy asking me my ASL?
If those type of questions happen after I've said a statement, then I feel like just like covers it.
Right.
Like I have a shirt that's this tattoo. I have that shirt.
I need you to calm down, sir.
And
stop yelling. Sir, sir, you're getting angry.
A friend of the podcast actually was like, who are you wearing? Like they say to like fashion runway shit. And it just fried my brain. And I was just like, what? Like, who are you wearing? It was this fucking thing. And I could not, and you
like,
feel
understand the question.
So stupid. Like, it's one of the things in retrospect that I think about. Like, every time I put that shirt on, I just think of that fucking interaction. Because it was like 5 times of him being like, who?
Somebody said something like that to me recently, but I can't remember what it was.
And
it was like a really simple thing.
And that's what I think.
But
it's so simple.
They pronounced it weird. It was just like a turn of phrase that they said in such like a weird way. I was like, what? And they're like,
and the same thing happened where I like looked at someone and I was like, what is am I like having a stroke right now? And this is just what I see.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, you know how some people say like, who are you wearing? And I was like, oh. Yeah.
Who are you wearing? Fruit of the Loom, bro. Like,
hate this forever.
American Apparel printed
Tarman from Return of the Living Dead.
Oh my god.
I hate that like this happened like this because I was super psyched on this shirt. Now I want to burn it because like this happened.
Who are you wearing? Superman, bro.
Yeah, it's just sometimes. Yeah, I think it's like I said, who, what, when, where, and you think you've like given it enough, and then someone retorts with one of those, and you're like, I can't figure out how to get this because
I don't know why I thought of this, but there was a time I was at a supper and like a dinner for some work people, and everybody there. It was like casual. Everybody's like, "Bring your spouse. We're all just gonna hang out, have a dinner, blah blah blah," and somebody was like, "Oh, you get along really well with so and so's husband. Why don't you go? Like, you'll know him when you see him." I'm like, "How?" They're like, "You'll know." And I looked, dude came in dressed in all Superman attire.
Oh.
Like Superman shirt with like one of those like gangster Superman logos on it, Superman ring, Superman hat, Superman tracksuit pants, Superman shoes.
Oh.
Yeah. But like it looked like a style and fit.
Put it down.
Well, I mean, he was actually a cool ass dude because I started talking to him, and then like halfway through the conversation, halfway through the conversation, I was so drunk, I was like, "So like, what is like Superman your thing or what?" And he was
not at all. I hate him actually.
But it just
fucking
I feel like I should have been like, "Who are you wearing?" And he would have been like, "Superman." Duh.
Superman. Yeah, that. Wow.
But it was one of those things where I'm like, so like, what is? I was like, so what's the deal with the Superman stuff, man? I gotta ask. And he like chuckled and he's like, well, it's my thing. And it's like, care to elaborate? Like
every day.
Like I don't know. Yeah, like that's why.
Life.
But like, because I feel like it is because everybody was like, you should talk to him.
You'll
know him when he comes in.
It only takes like one thing, maybe 2.
Right.
Also, you like Superman that much?
Like the
I don't
whole
know if I
fit
like
is Superman
that much.
Right. Like would you
still have like morals?
What if I offered you? What if it was like a Toxic Avenger fit? Hat, shirt, pants,
no
shoes.
No fucking way.
Wristband.
I'll take like
biodegradable wristband. Toxic wristband gives radiation poisoning.
I'll take like 2, but I would never even
I'll take 2.
Well, like I have what am I wearing? What hat am I wearing? This
Big Baby Scumbag?
Yeah. So I have the
what hat am I wearing?
I can't see it. I have the Isaiah Rashad hat that I made, and I have the shirt that I made. Never wear them together because it's just stupid. You know what I mean?
It's like to me, much. That's like wearing like the band's shirt to the concert.
Right.
Like you don't just wear too much at once.
That's 2 things.
Like if the dude had like
pants
to me,
rings
if the dude had like I will even go out on a limb. Okay, shirt and hat, whatever. Shirt and a ring, a little bit more subtle.
Yeah, shirt and ring's better. Shirt and hat can be iffy.
Depending on what it is.
Yeah.
Get yourself a Vegemite shirt with a Vegemite hat. See how that looks.
That's fucking crazy. No one even knows what the fuck that is.
A lot of people know what Vegemite is. Salty yeast paste.
Yeah.
Put it on everything. It's good, apparently.
Or like, I don't even love wearing that shirt now that I have the tattoo. They're not the same, but they're the same.
People will be like,
thing,
oh, yeah, I get it. Because I don't like wearing a Grateful Dead shirt with my tattoo. Because you're like, wow, people are going to look at him and be like, that guy's really
I get it. shit! Wow, you love
the
this.
Grateful Dead. And it's like, yeah,
Okay.
I like it, but
It's
like
I have other interests.
Like I'm more than just my
Yeah.
horny looking Grateful Dead tattoo. I'm
Yeah,
more than
I'm
my Sylvia.
horny, but
I'm
it's-
more than my Sylvia demo hat, ladies.
Right.
My eyes are
Sylvia
technically
Demo hat,
a little bit
Sylvia
down
Demo
here.
shirt. Like, what am I gonna
Listen,
do?
ladies,
Sylvia Demo
my
joggers.
listen, ladies,
Listen,
my
ladies who don't know what this is.
Listen,
except
ladies,
that one guy
my
at the
eye-
Boathouse show that wouldn't leave me alone.
listen, ladies. My eyes are between the Sylvia hat and the Sylvia shirt. All right.
You should listen to it. It's real sad. No, it's not up there
No,
anymore.
fuck. You
I
fucked
forget
up.
I have it.
You fucked up.
I'd listen to it, but this is all for show. None of this works. So I
No,
don't know if
yeah,
it
we
shows
can't
up
listen
on
to
video.
anything fun.
Yeah, my receiver broke. Someone go to www.patreon.com/dapperdadspodcast.
Just donate
I'm gonna
some
take
money.
all the money into my
Get a new receiver.
I think
None
we
of the
understand.
money goes to me.
We understand. I need the receiver.
Yeah, you need the receiver. You gotta listen to your records.
Yeah, and that's the worst thing is now I don't. I got
I
3
understand,
records
man.
for my birthday.
Can't listen to them. Take the money.
Put this one on. You know how hyped I was? Got 2 songs in, then just started to go.
Idols killed your receiver?
Yeah.
Email them. Like, you killed my receiver, bro.
They'd be like, yeah. Was
Be
it
like, you guys are so
brutal or
punk, you killed my receiver. They'll be like, toy, we can't send you another one.
something? I got a fucking record that I've been trying to
Yeah,
find for
I got a
years.
fucking record.
I've been trying to find for years, and I happened to be on the Instagram Explore page, and the record label posted that they found a box from a decade ago with these records, and they're
What is
up
it?
for sale. Walter Mitty.
Oh, yeah.
Well soon. And so I fucking jumped on that as a birthday present to myself.
As you
which
should.
Shout out to all of the fans that didn't send me birthday presents.
Yeah,
which
crazy.
fucking sucks. I didn't get a single one. But then, yeah, so I got that motherfucker in the mail, and I'm just sitting there. And I got another one for my birthday from someone else, and I'm like,
You hate to see it.
I think I gotta go buy a receiver tomorrow, which sucks.
Mm.
I was trying to just wallow in my
Chill.
sadness tomorrow, but
Well, I mean, you can
gotta
lull in your sadness.
and I gotta
when
wear a
you have
mask, and
receiver.
I'm like, what if I'm not recognized in my mask? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have this
What if they don't
problem?
recognize me? No, I'm 6'7", covered in very
Yeah.
descriptive tattoos.
I think I'm